Well, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Wild Your Garden, and in this video I want to introduce you to a rather spectacular creature. Now you may be wondering why I'm stood next to a small fuchsia that's in this hanging basket on the side of this house where I am creating the latest wildlife pond in Derbyshire, and for good reason. It's because it is one of the larval food plants for the wonderful Elephant Hawkmoth, which is a moth that's found widespread throughout the UK, and it really is an incredible looking thing if you've ever seen one of these. They do fly at dusk, but they're mostly night flying, of course, and you'd think this thing was straight out of the Amazon jungle. However, on this plant I have found what is an incredible creature, and that is the caterpillar of these wonderful moths. Now take a look at that. I'll put a couple of close-ups of it now, but what an absolutely amazing insect that is. Now this thing is called the Elephant Hawkmoth because you may have guessed, the caterpillars themselves, as you can see, look rather like the trunk of an elephant, which yeah, I can agree with actually. They are fantastic, and they have these sort of eye spots near the head. This is the head end at the end of my fingers, where they are used to actually deter predators, because they are false eyes, if you like, a bit like the peacock butterfly, of course, that we have as well in the UK. And they have the distinctive little hook on the tail, as you can see, which indicates it is a hawk moth. A lot of the hawk moth species do as well. And of course, I was lucky enough to find a privet hawk moth adult moth in my garden last year, so if you haven't seen that, do check that out. I'll put a link in at the end of this video. But yeah, this thing is absolutely amazing, and the speed in which I've watched it eating some of these fuchsia leaves over the last couple of days is absolutely astounding. I've had yeah, I got a couple of shots of that, and it does look incredible. It looks like it's on time lapse. You wouldn't think they were eating at real time, but they are, of course, gregarious eaters. This thing will eat a hell of a lot during the day, and fuchsia is just one of the plants you can find them on. You can also find them on various willow herbs, in particular rose bay willow herb, which is, of course, widespread throughout the UK. And also some of the bed straws as well, and these fuchsias. So yeah, quite a few larval food plants, but you don't often see them. I've only ever seen a couple of these in the wild, and I say wild, in a hanging basket. They choose some funny places at times, but yeah, this thing quite happy. It's been there for a little while now, of course, just eating the leaves of this fuchsia, and it will do so for not much longer. The caterpillars are around usually from July through to September, and we're sort of end of the first week in September coming up for now, so this thing will soon be pupating and going into a chrysalis, and going either just under some leaf litter on the ground or just under the ground itself, where it'll overwinter before it emerges next year as this incredible moth, which are quite a decent sized moth. Again, given the size of this caterpillar, you'd probably assume so. And the moths are on the wing from sort of May through to July, and a good way to do them is obviously do a moth trap, which of course doesn't harm the moths. It's just a decent bulb with obviously capabilities of attracting the moths to them, and of course can then release them in the morning. So a really good way of having a look at these insects up close without disturbing them. But yes, I'm absolutely blown away by this little creature. It's just a phenomenal insect. And they really are amazing. So, and the best way you can attract the moths to your garden, by the way, is planting things such as honeysuckle. They absolutely love honeysuckle, and sort of tubular flowers. Really, they've got quite a long proboscis, so they can access nectar quite deep within a flower. So they are, yes, attracted by that, and they are fairly widespread, as I say, throughout the UK. So if you've got kind of open garden, a big open garden or decent open garden, this one isn't huge, but there's lots of sort of open parkland and woodland around, they will be attracted to your gardens, I'm sure. But what a good reason to plant a fuchsia. But yeah, I hope that's given you a little bit of an insight into these remarkable insects. I mean, that's just wow. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give the video a like, and I will be sure to bring you more creatures like this, and of course all the ways in which you can help wildlife in videos to come. I'm going to put him back on the fuchsia. I'll see you soon.